Hey, thanks for stopping by our channel. I'm Katie. Before we start our homestead tour here at Little Z Farm, I thought I'd just show you a little bit about what went on this week at the farm. Now we're ready. Do you love Christmas? Do you love it? What do you want for Christmas? It was a week of holiday cheer, and now let's check out what's going on around the homestead. Okay, guys. No. Well, this is about how things go here. If you have not been to the Little Z Farm channel before, my husband and I own 40 acres a little bit north of Kansas City, Missouri, where we are trying to build out our homestead. And it started about 5 years ago when we moved out here, but this is the first year that we're really concentrating some efforts on doing what we set out to do. Sass. Alrighty then. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what that looks like for us. But I thought today we would go on a homestead tour. I want to do at least one of these a month because at the end of the year I want to see how far we've grown. Or not grown. Eric and I are homesteading for a lot of different reasons, and I will make another video eventually about why we homestead. Right now it's all about learning, and we are getting an education out here that I don't think we could get anywhere else. Like, did you know female chickens and ducks will lay eggs without a male? Oh my gosh. This is paddywhack. It's not good. Growing up, I was very concerned about eating a baby chick. And it turns out that a lot of things have to go right for an egg to get to the point that a chick forms. Who knew? This is Paddywhack. He has 2 orange brothers, Kit Kat and Knick Knack. Our rooster's broken. When they are just getting their voice, they start crowing, and it is the funniest sounding thing. Right now they're kind of a couple of weeks into starting their crows, so they've gotten even better, but I will let you, hopefully you will get to hear it again as we get closer to the chicks. On our farm we have ducks that we are raising for eggs. We're not raising them primarily for meat right now. Some of the drakes we may process for meat, but we will raise ducks for meat at a different time. These ducks are our egg layers. We have 5 pecan ducks right now that are out. They are fully grown, around 5 months old. They should start laying soon, which is so exciting. I know I've said this before in previous videos, but if you're just stopping by, duck eggs are incredible. They have a much higher fat content, a much bigger yolk to white, and they are great for baking. And I use them almost as a 1-to-1 ratio. When you get up to recipes that are calling for like 5+ eggs, you know, usually I start making some adjustments then. But duck eggs, if you haven't had them, get them from a local farmer. Try them out in your holiday baking because they are fire. So right now these ducks are in a chicken tractor that we used for our meat chicken a couple of years ago. Ducks are very hardy. When they're fully heathered, they're very tolerant to different temperatures. But we have been working on a permanent duck house for them. This was always just a temporary solution. A permanent duck house for them that has a lot more protection from the elements. It has laying boxes for our girls and can accommodate mini ducks. And I love the ducks because, not just for their eggs, but because they are funny little creatures. Here comes the duck parade is what I always say, because a lot of times they're moving in like a single file line, or they're at least clumped together in what looks like something they planned. I think people probably assume that ducks are slow, and they're pretty fast when they get to flapping. Right now our stable is really multifunctional. We have 3 closed stalls in here. One we are using for our chicks that are almost completely feathered out. There's only a couple of them that aren't, so we're just kind of waiting for that before we put them out for winter in the coop, where they will join our current flock. One of the stalls is the goats. That is their like home base. We are working on permanent fencing for the goats right now, but they have an electric fence, and then the stall is kind of their home base where we give them their hay and minerals, and where they can sleep and get out of the elements if they want. And then our third stall is a mix. It is our young ducklings, and a couple of them are still feathering out. It's a specific breed, the crested ones, that are not completely feathered yet, but once the big ducks move into the new house, we will introduce the baby ducks, which will be an exciting day, because ducks are messy. In that same stall, we have another brooder box for some different types of baby chicks. They're silkies and then crested leg bars. And those, like 8 chicks that we have in there, we are starting a new flock with them, and they are going to live in a coop in with our goats. All right, let's stop by the Toddler Chicks first. Paul, Mary. Hey, I'll be out in just a second. Come see you. These, I'm calling them toddlers because we have teenagers in the coops. We have babies over with the baby ducklings. So I'm calling these our Toddler Chicks. There are 24 of them, and they are a variety of breeds. Probably most notable would be the Polish breed that we have. I think it's called a Golden Polish, and they have the hair over their faces. Never had a chicken like that. It's bringing me a lot of joy, and people are like, why? Are they good egg layers? Probably not. I mean, we won't know here for a few months, but I think it's okay to have things on your farm and homestead that just bring you joy, and they do. Oh, hi. So here's one of our Polish girls. She's looking nice and healthy. And I think it's hard for them because they have to learn to kind of, see sideways. I've seen videos of people having to put their head feathers up in little ponytails so they can see better, but she seems pretty content. Here's one of the Barred Rock girls. One of these girls, I think it's this one, I am particularly fond of because when they were babies, she was always the one sitting on top of their waterer, which is not great. But she was like, always let me pet her and hold her, and I appreciate that. Here's a Jersey Giant. They should be like time and a half the size of the Barred Rocks, but we'll see. This is the other kind of similar to the Polish breed we have. I can't remember the name. It's like some long word that begins with S. These are just beautiful birds. I mean, look at the markings on her. I can't wait to see her as a full-grown bird. The other breed that we have in here that I can't currently catch are silver-laced Wyandottes, and we've never had those before. Those are a really popular breed though, and hopefully they will be good egg layers for us. What do you think? Actually, the goats seem a little distracted right now, so we're gonna go see the ducklings and the baby chicks. So ducklings make a mess, so they get new pine shavings every single day. And when we move them out, this entire stall will be completely gutted and cleaned. Ducklings are way more standoffish than chickens, in my experience. Our 5 grown ducks, they're pretty good with people, and I think that's because they've learned like we have the food, so they will let us get near to them. These ducklings, even though we've spent time with them, are not feeling it. We're not vibing, so they actually panic when we come in if we don't have food and water. Some of the breeds that we got are known for their egg laying ability, which is nice. Like a Pekin duck is like a dual purpose breed, so they grow pretty large. They're still good layers, but we got some hybrid ducks here that are like known to be prolific layers. And then we got the crested ducks because they're my absolute favorite. But these babies will move in with the other ducks in about 2 weeks. So we've introduced baby chicks to the flock 10 times. We've never introduced old ducks to new ducks. Or we've never introduced new ducks to old ducks before. And I want to be careful about it because these ducks are still about half the size of the full-grown ducks. But we don't cat. This one does come and visit me when I come in sometimes. So, okay. But she doesn't want to be held, and that's fine. Cats have been wondering what's been going on in here, and they just came in while I had the door open. A lot of regret for them. This is one of the silky chicks. You'll see she's a lot fluffier than some of the chicks I was showing you earlier. She has the feathered feet. And she will live with the leg bars up here in a coop with the goats. And she has several silky friends. Oh, having these stalls is just convenient for us. I think there are a lot of people that wouldn't do things this way, but the stalls are easy and they're easy for us to clean out once we transition the birds to the new home, and we actually really love it. I did figure out why the goats were making a ruckus. Eric did not feed the goats, so I'm gonna do that now, and they should be very pleased. Paul. The goats are in stall number 3. They were in the original first stall. We moved them out to this stall, sent the toddler chicks in there because they're cleaning up the goats' mess and making sure that we can move the goats back into that stall when we expand our goat herd. And we really want to get into dairy goats. That is something that we are planning to do closer to the end of this winter so that we can start having goats to milk in the spring. This is super exciting for me. I think it's the gateway into our ultimate dream, which is having a dairy cow, but we just don't have the use for all that milk right now. People are very split on goats. The goats do like to get out. They can't escape. We had that problem with Paul Hollywood here for the first couple of weeks, but we figured out a system that worked, and the electric works, and they have been a joy since then. We don't know the ins and outs of kind of full year raising of goats, but right now we're pretty happy. So you'll see Paul Hollywood's funny horns. He was polled, but he was not polled correctly as a baby goat, and so his horns grew back, and they grew back kind of funny. The person we got him from let us know that, and you know, at this point, it is what it is, and I think it makes him have a pretty cute and funny little face. Well, you're a pretty kitty. Yeah. You're a pretty kitty. I'm now in the tack room, and this is where we have Rosemary and Rosemary's baby. They are still getting accustomed to living here. Rosemary is ready to get out of here and start hunting, but I am not ready for the baby to, so they're gonna get at least another week in here. Last stop for today. We're gonna go let the big chickens out for the day. Apparently the ducks are gonna join us. See? Alright, let's go duck parade. Let's go. They're so funny. I love this little area that we're kind of creating here, that everything's going to kind of work so well together. There's the new duck house over here, where they will be moving this weekend. There'll be more on this, but look how close it is over here to our chicken coop and run. That's just really nice when it comes to being able to do things conveniently and effectively. So I am very happy with how we set things up. And then the garden is literally right behind all of it. It's gonna be really easy to just let the chickens and ducks in there like between seasons to get things cleaned up. Come on. Let's go, come on. Walt is out here taking his morning nap. Walter! Walt! Walt! What are you doing? Living out here is such a blessing, and being able to build this life up the way that we want to, no matter how long it takes, is truly something that I am grateful for this year. I did not have a lot of gratitude this year in 2020. I think it was hard too. It was a hard season too, but at all points I kept thinking in the back of my head, like, I'm so happy we have this place, and I'm so happy that we have this opportunity to grow our own food, to learn things authentically, to really connect and understand the food that we're growing, and to have this like just area of peace that we can enjoy, although it's not always peaceful. But I hope when other people watch it that they get a sense of peace too. And if you're someone that is wanting to build out your own homestead, or you're someone who is thinking about making a big life change, or getting into something that scares you, or you feel like you don't know or understand how to do, I do want to take a moment to say that those things are possible, and the scary things, the things that we don't know, will always be hard for us to jump into, but they're incredibly worth it. That kind of emotional stuff aside, I think that's it for the Homestead Tour today. I'm hoping in the next Homestead Tour I'll have a lot of fencing to show you, because that is priority number one. I hope that there is more to show in that regard. For now, we're gonna enjoy our animals and work on planning for our garden in 2021. I hope you'll visit the channel again. If you haven't subscribed, just hit that below. Hit the bell button and you'll be notified anytime we have a new video. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.